crowds here at the Hangzhou Olympic Sports Centre Gymnasium. All week it's about 10,000-seater stadium, and it's been pretty much packed every single day. Badminton hugely popular here in China. And in fact, Hangzhou will be our home for the World Tour Finals for 4 consecutive years. Well, after the first men's singles semi-final, we immediately go to the second, and it's an all-Danish affair. Viktor Axelsen, the defending champion and 4-time winner, up against the man who beat him in the 2020 edition of the World Tour Finals, Antonsen. So we know that Xiu Qi awaits the winner of this all-Danish contest. And Viktor Axelsen has an opportunity to reach a 7th final. That really would be astonishing. He already holds the record for the most number of men's singles finals, as a shared record for the most number of men's singles titles with Li Chongwei at 4. Well, Axelsen is also looking today to reach a 4th consecutive men's singles final. Would be a record because Li Chongwei only reached 3 consecutive. Axelsen has twice been in 3 consecutive finals, which is fairly astonishing. I do love these human mascots. Oh, that's lovely. Viktor Axelsen giving the young boy one of his shirts. That really is lovely. And then here comes Antonsen. Up, and the 4 titles that he's won at the season-ending championships were in 2016 and 17, and 2021 and 2022. He is the world #1. In fact, it's his 158th week in total as world #1. 6 World Tour Finals this year, winning 5 of them, including 3 of the 4 Super 1000 events. He didn't have the best of starts to his campaign here because he lost to the man who we've just seen go through to the final, Xiu Qi. It was his first loss after 8 consecutive wins, and then beat the #1 seed Kodai Naraoka in 2 straight games, and yesterday, in a repeat of last year's final, beat Anthony Ginting in 3 games. So to Antonsen, 26 years of age, from Aarhus, and he's a tall athlete too, but 3 inches shorter than his opponent at 6'1". He has been as high as 22 weeks in, I beg your pardon, 4 weeks in total at 2. Finished the year at 7 on the race to these World Tour finals, so he was the last qualifier because the world champion got an invitation. He was outside the top 8. And of course, the world champion was the man he played yesterday, Kunut Widdazan. Beat Li Shifeng, the All England champion, in the first round, then lost to Jonathan Christie in 2 straight games. So all of his matches in 2 straight games, including 1 loss, but he still ended up top of Group B. Our umpire for this one from Chinese Taipei, Xuan. And the service judge from China, Li Jianhui. So both of the Danish players, independent players, so they both have their personal coaches. Normally when we see players from the same nation, there's no coaching staff involved, but because they're independent players, it's a different scenario.
女士们、先生们，比赛过程中请勿使用闪光灯，感谢您的配合。
Ladies and gentlemen, no flash photography, please. Thank you for your cooperation.
Well, there's your announcement about the flash photography, Chris.
On my right, Viktor Axelsen, Denmark. And on my left, Antonsen, Denmark. Viktor Axelsen to serve. Lavore. Play.
So the second of the men's singles semi-finals gets underway. The 2-time defending champion and 4-time winner, Viktor Axelsen, nearest to us, against the man who beat him in the 2020 edition, Anders Antonsen. Good opening rally. That's gone long of the back line.
1, love.
Were you at the European Championships last year, Chris, when they last played? In Madrid?
Yeah, I was. Yep.
And you watched it?
I have to think then. No, I didn't actually see the game, only because we had a final when I was assisting France. So I had full focus on preparing the players and getting ready for the match.
Nice.
Service over. 1-0.
Well, I think apart from the skill battle and the physical battle between these two, I think there's going to be a bit of a psychological battle as well.
I would say 100%. It's always a slightly peculiar game when 2 players from the same nation play each other. We've already seen in this tournament the lower-ranked player has defeated the higher-ranked player in a few games when the same countries played each other. We saw it in the men's doubles, saw it in the ladies' singles.
I think that's a different scenario, though, because those players train together the whole time. These 2 players haven't trained together for over a year.
Yeah, I just always think that the pressure's on the higher-ranked player personally, as in you know, Viktor, on paper anyway, is expected to win, so he's got that extra bit of pressure. And I think when you play someone from your home country, just even more sometimes. But I totally agree, when they're from the same actual federation, training together day in, day out, you know each other's games so well. But because they have trained together for so long in the past, I think they still know each other's games so well.
Nice block. Brilliant. What an angle.
So early in that rally, Anders did incredible to get one shot back at the body smash. But then that was just too good. That shot in the end from Viktor.
Thank you.
The accuracy and the quality in that shot is interesting when you look at Viktor's position, where he's obviously world #1. He has a total of 98,555 points, which is a lot. But then you look at his lowest of 4,900, which is very low in comparison to the, you know, if you look at a basic average, and it's just because he's only played 15 tournaments in total, which really isn't many because he's had a few injury issues. And from this, he's already 15,000 points ahead of world #2. And even if he lost today, he'd go another almost 3,500 up, which would put him in such a dominating position as world #1.
That's long of the back line.
4-1.
How many team competitions in his 15 tournaments?
He doesn't have any. No team comps for Viktor. Oh, apologies, he does.
Yeah, I was going to say.
European mixed team, sorry, he did play.
Well, he also played the Sudirman Cup earlier this year, didn't he?
Yeah, just not enough points for it to count because the other one's much higher, tiny bit higher. So yeah, if you take those two out.
So basically, he's only played 13 individual tournaments in the past year.
And it's not even that many, only because he's pulled out, just because he had those injury issues.
Yeah. Pulled out of the Denmark Open and the French Open. Denmark Open after winning his first round match. Pulled out midway through his first round in France. So he's not really been 100% fit since then. Of course, he won the Kumamoto Masters just last month, but then pulled out of the China Masters, saying that he had felt the injury in his foot and he wasn't really comfortable. Now that's a nice angle from Antonsen.
I think as well at the Kumamoto Masters, it was evident he wasn't, you know, he was 80, maybe 90%, he definitely wasn't back, and he did incredible to find a way of managing to win it. It was such a close final against Xiu Qi.
Service over, 6-2.
Oh, well, Axelsen is challenging. I was going to say another one pushed long and then it was called in. Yeah, good challenge.
Correction, out. 7-2.
Quite a good lead now, the Viktor's built up.
Nice defense off the body. has gone wide.
8-2.
This is a very good lead for Viktor Axelsen in these early stages.
This is where, for me, Victor's so dangerous when he does get that lead and he just relaxes and his confidence grows, because when he's free-flowing, it can be almost unplayable at times.
Antonsen.
But all the players who would never stop believing, definitely say Anders is top of that list.
Here's his coach, Joachim Pearson. Well, that's just extraordinary. Did he touch the net, or did that go over?
I think Antonsen got a net cord, but...
Let's have a look. He got a net cord. And that's nice from Viktor Axelsen. He gave his opponent the thumbs up there.
The thing was as well, it was quite an obscure net cord because it almost bounced off, as in quite far away.
Yeah.
I mean, anything other than net cord, Viktor would have comfortably had it. Very calm, relaxed, confident Viktor right now, the way he's playing. Not rushing anything, composed, waiting for his opportunity. Build the rally so well.
Thank you.
Well, I thought that Antonsen would try and rush the low serve when he was returning. And sometimes Axelsen's serve, you can get a little bit jittery on it. There's no good rushing it if you make the mistake, though, is there? Overdone it.
Pushed it wide. But I do think that's something Anders is very good at, return of serve, how aggressive he is on it. He has such a high base.
That return quick.
So to the mid-game interval,
11-4.
and it's a 7-point advantage for Viktor Axelsen. Only 10 minutes played.
Bare benene, når jeg løfter. For der kommer det første cut. Så skal jeg passe på, at jeg ikke er dobbelt kort.
30 seconds. Coach, return to a chair. 11-4. Play.
So 11-4 the advantage to the two-time defending champion.
Service over, 5-11.
Longest rally so far. And I think that's maybe a tactic that this man, Antonsen, will try and employ throughout the match, try and extend the rallies.
Play.
That was agonisingly close, wasn't it, Antonsen? It was almost as if it was slow motion that he was desperately trying to reach that shuttle. Take a look at this. Good dive, first of all, to his forehand side. And then look, and he was there.
It is an absolute full stretch. I think, you know, if he'd have got it back, I think it would have been in big trouble for the next one. But I agree with the point you made before, which is just, for me, I definitely think Antonsen is going to try and frustrate Viktor. He's going to try and sort of irritate him with the style of play, because at the moment, I would say, when Viktor's in full flow, he's looking dominant. And I would say I'm incredibly impressed with the way Viktor's composing himself, because for me, I think he's the one with the pressure on him, and he's the one that can sometimes get a little bit frustrated with himself in these situations where he forces the rally or he's not calm enough. But at the moment, he's very calm, composed, and he's playing incredibly well.
Yeah. Over-committed forward. I thought maybe a little bit there, Viktor Axelsen, but it wasn't a problem because Antonsen hit his clear wide.
I have to say about Antonsen, earlier in the year, I was incredibly impressed when he had a result that wasn't to his level at the European Games. I would say he underperformed in the tournament. Straight after, it was 3 weeks later, he went and won a really big tournament, the Korean Open, which I thought was incredible, to turn things around when he almost had the worst result of the year for himself, to then have probably his best result of the year.
It was the best result of the year. It was his only title this year. Reached the final in Singapore as well, but... And I know Singapore was a 750, whereas the Korean Open was a 500, but I think winning the Korean Open was, without question, his best result of the year.
And I do think that's something about Anders that is quite unique. And I saw it at the All England where he seemed down and out against Li Shifeng. Everything was against him, and he just then focused and kind of went for it in regards to, and he had so much confidence that if he changed to game B, he could still achieve success. And all of a sudden, the game turned on its head, and he nearly snatched it. And his unwavering belief in what he can do is quite exceptional.
Yeah.
Wow. Saw a comment that actually Anders made in regards to he's had quite a lot of injury issues.
Yeah.
And a concern for players obviously can be, do you really believe you can come back at the same level? Whereas his concern, he had no doubt in himself. His only concern was, will his injuries be 100% fixed? You know, for most players, it wouldn't be that. It would be, can I actually get back to the level I was at before? But he has so much confidence and belief in his ability, which is it's a fantastic ability to have. A lot of players don't have that. They doubt themselves.
Good defence.
Service over. 6-15. Thank you.
All.
7-15.
I think this is quite an important point now in the first game. Can Anders do enough right now to get Viktor just to question himself?
Nice. So's that. Ooh, that may have been going wide. That's a super final shot from Viktor Axelsen.
Service over.
Yeah, and that was absolute
15.
perfect trajectory.
7.
Flat punch lift, just high enough.
Yeah, somebody's still using a flash camera. Just wide, that's well left.
Service over. 8-16. Nine, 16. Service over. 17, 9.
That's a pity from the Antonsen perspective. Tried to leap from the base position in the centre of the court to play the round the head smash. That would have been spectacular had that have gone over.
See Viktor there just almost trying to calm himself down. He's played the wrong shot, and I think Anders just tried to play too good a shot in that situation. He had Viktor in big, big trouble.
Just 2 points away from the opening game now, Viktor Axelsen.
I would say bar maybe 3 rallies, Viktor's been very good in this first game so far.
That's wide. And it's game point opportunities. On a run of 4 straight points. A 4-time former champion. Oh, that's nice. That's long of the back line, and the opening game to the defending champion, Viktor Axelsen.
21. Second game. The ball.
So Axelsen one game to the good, 21-9 that opening game. Axelsen just one game away from creating a record and reaching a fourth consecutive men's singles final. No other player has done that in this discipline. That's going wide.
Halt.
Well, Antonsen turns and points to the back line and turns to his coach and asks the question, should I have left that? Was that going long?
I'll say Viktor's length when he's relifting is quite pretty much on the line, not giving Anders any chance to be able to attack on balance. Viktor's relifting a lot, just holding, waiting for Anders to make that movement forward and then just going back over him.
Oh, wow. Gosh, he anticipated that well.
Also again in that rally, even when Anders played an exceptional net, Viktor's lifts, everything's literally on the back line.
He's got such long levers, such long arms, Viktor Axelsen, that if you play anything a little loose towards the net, and he's so eager to look for the opportunity at the front of the court, plays so many winners or sets up the rally from that position. Oh, that's careless.
Yeah,
From Antonsen.
Just following on from your point, Joe, it's just, yeah, he knows people don't want to go over him because his attack is so phenomenal. So he's always got quite a high base looking to go forward because people have to keep it flat or keep it at the front of the court, because if you give Viktor half a chance on a short lift or a flat lift, you know, his attack is, I think it is the very best.
Mm. That's long.
Service over. 1, 2.
I think something Viktor's done well so far. He just hasn't given Anders any opportunity, kind of any light, as it were. The quality of his shot's been good. He's been calm, composed, moved the shuttle around well. I mean, Anders hasn't played bad at all, and the first set was quite comfortable. 21-9 and 3-1 down, and we were only 28 minutes in.
Service over. 4.
Well, obviously, 2 Danes in semi-finals, 2 Danes in the tournament. You're not allowed more than 2 players from any one nation. It's the 10th time that Denmark has had 2 representatives in the men's singles. Another one goes wide. And that's more times than any other nation. Denmark 10 times, Indonesia 7 times, China 6 times, Malaysia twice, Chinese Taipei twice, and India and Japan just once.
That has surprised me.
Yeah.
That is incredibly impressive from Denmark as a nation.
Yeah. Denmark as a nation, a smaller population than this city here, Hangzhou. Oh, that's nice.
Fantastic shot there from Anders. And he had slightly more time on that. But it is, you know, it's phenomenal when you put it into perspective. I think this is the 4th most populated city in China. And as you said, it's got a much bigger population than the whole of Denmark. And yet Denmark consistently produce incredible badminton players.
Yeah. Oh, it's in.
But again, it's perfection in regards to, I think it's just inside the rear tram line.
And that's good, because only a couple of rallies ago, Viktor Axelsen hit long of the back line, didn't he? So he's readjusted.
I think that's probably why Anders just left it, just thinking maybe he's pushed it again.
And a very good defence as Antonsen. Yeah, that's clever. That's a half smash. And that just disturbs the rhythm of the defender if you've been defending the full smash. Suddenly having to put pace on the defensive shot yourself is quite difficult.
Yeah, just giving your opponent nothing to work with, essentially. I think there, Anders, I get it, he's trying to slow the pace down, and I just don't think that's going to work against Viktor. Viktor's just too dangerous. He's giving him that much time on the overhead and slowing the pace down that much.
Well, it's interesting when this man, Viktor Axelsen, was playing against the #1 seed, Kodai Naraoka, on Thursday in the group match. And as we all know, Kodai Naraoka likes to play a slow, retrieving game. And Viktor Axelsen said to his coach, he said, "I'll never get tired playing at this pace."
And that's the thing. And you're just giving Viktor more and more chances. and we've said his attack is, it's only an attack most players can dream of.
Oh, it's landed in.
Service over, 3-7.
Longest rally so far. Oh, there's certainly some Viktor Axelsen fans in the arena here. Let's go, Viktor, let's go.
I was a little surprised when I saw the video of Viktor when he was in the streets in China playing, with the family. I was a little bit surprised they didn't know who he was, just because badminton's a big sport in China, and obviously Viktor can speak Chinese. I thought they might have recognized him, but it was even more incredible that they didn't. And this family was playing with the world #1 in badminton.
Missed it. It's a couple of times Antonsen, I felt, has had worked the rally well and had the opportunity, worked an opening, and then misses with what should be his winning shot.
I think that's the thing, when you don't have as many opportunities. If your opponent, say, has 10 and you have 3 or 4, you think, right, I've got to take it, I've got to make this one. And sometimes when you just force it, and as you said, we've seen maybe 3 or 4 where he's got himself into a good position and just missed it.
It's gone wide as well.
9-3.
Yeah, he's not happy with himself, and I can understand why.
It's been hard so far for Anders, just because he hasn't really been given anything. He hasn't been given any opportunities, any free gifts, any chances to kind of really settle and feel comfortable.
Oh, how did he get that back?
Service over, 4-9.
Ah, now Antonsen senses that maybe Axelsen is struggling. Very quick to pick up the shuttle, eager to get on with play. Another one lands in. Well, I think we're quite clear of which way the drift is going today. The shuttle is flying faster, coming towards Antonsen, the near side of the court, as we look down during the rallies.
String's gone. Oh, no, it hasn't. has gone. How did he
Yeah.
hit that smash with the string?
Yeah, extraordinary.
7-9.
This is a great run for Anders. Really pulled himself back in this second game.
4 straight points.
Correct.
That's double the most he scored in a row in the first game.
Brilliant. It's been a while since he's unleashed one of those smashes, isn't it?
7.
Yeah, and I think Anders hasn't given him the opportunity, and this is what I mean. Although Anders lost, 21-9 in the first, he hasn't played bad. It's just Viktor's not giving him the opportunity. I mean, that rally was just perfection from Viktor.
Okay, thank you.
From a game and 9-3 down, back to 10-7. For Anders, it's a lot more positive, a lot more positive.
I thought Antonsen almost moved before the serve was struck there.
Yeah, I think it was just on the line. I think just okay.
So to the mid-game interval, and it's a 4-point advantage for the 4-time champion Viktor Axelsen. And I think he's struggling. I don't know if he's got a cold or it is very chilly here today. And it's going to be snowing in a couple of days' time. Yeah, he's struggling. He's very rarely sits down on the HSBC bench. Well, I do hope that Viktor Axelsen is okay if he's struggling with a bit of a head cold. Carolina Marin was, and she still won.
Great shot from Viktor, just jumping up, clipping it down, not using the big power. Just getting to the shuttle as early as possible, hitting the angle and the placement.
Oh, that's a... Oh, my goodness. Oh, that was an extraordinary get at the net there.
13-7.
Yeah, I would almost say that's a 1 in 50, 1 in 100 shot because he's on the floor.
Look at that. And it gets the net cord.
Okay, thank you.
And that's so tough for Anders because he's done well in that rally. He had Viktor in big trouble, and against anyone else, he probably would have won the point, but Viktor somehow got an incredible net cord from on the floor.
have to say it's nice to see Antonsen looking so much fitter. You know, all those injury woes and in between injury problems when he hadn't been able to train properly. He looked to, you know, take his time more. He's more sprightly today. He's looking good. He's looking fit. And that's lovely to see. This sort of rally, I think, is going to suit Antonsen. Oh, there's a challenge. I thought that was right in the corner.
I did say I wasn't going to call anymore, and I will stick by that, but yeah, I'm going to say no more.
Here we go.
Wow, Anders has given the shuttle back because he knew it was it.
Yeah, it was clearly it.
Yeah.
That was called out on the sideline, you know. What a good challenge.
15, 7.
It's possible, maybe slightly unsighted, the line judge.
Yeah, but they have the opportunity to say if they're unsighted. They should indicate insighted.
Yep, maybe panic, or main thing is we got the correct result in the end.
Yeah.
Great challenge by Viktor.
Thank goodness for the instant review. Lovely block. Oh, that's a nice shot. Beautiful. Oh, I thought that was going over. Oh, that's a pity from the Antonsen perspective.
7.
It was such good defense from Anders, such good defense.
Well, Anders Antonsen suggesting that the court didn't need to be mopped. Yeah, it was mighty close.
I think one thing Viktor's doing well, especially on his serve, I think something Anders is phenomenal at is his return of serve. He's so aggressive and he reads it so well, and I think Viktor's changed the pace as in the speed at which he's serving. Sometimes he's holding it a fraction, sometimes he's serving just that little bit quicker. And I haven't seen Anders anywhere near as aggressive on the return of serve as normal.
Well, this is 7 straight points for Viktor Axelsen. Oh yes, good pressure from Antonsen. That's one of the first times he's really stepped in on the net.
Yep, I totally agree. I think if he can, he's got to try and do that a little bit more. Viktor can sometimes be just a little bit susceptible around his body.
Service over, 17-8.
Frustration almost boiling over there with Antonsen. Look at his reaction. He knows that was a poor error. Yep, good length. That's a lovely shot from Antonsen.
17.
Missed it.
10, 17. Quick out. Quick. Uncle.
I'm expecting a big push now from Antonsen. Nice. Yeah, good follow-up.
Service over. 18, 10.
And Viktor Axelsen just 3 points away from making a little bit of history as the first man to reach 4 consecutive finals at the end-of-year finale, either the Super Series or the World Tour finals. That was just wide.
Service over. 11, 18.
Yeah. Is this the push that I've been waiting for from Antonsen? Yeah.
I think Anders has defended very well today.
Extremely well.
The difficult thing is he's just given Viktor a few too many chances, but it's hard not to. Because Viktor has been, you know, he's been very consistent, very solid, and this patch now, you can just feel just the tension building, slight momentum change. And how's Viktor going to deal with this?
That's good reactions.
Service
He
over.
was saying sometimes he struggles
90.
as such a tall man
30.
with shots off the body. That one was absolutely brilliant.
He played to absolute perfection. He's put it right on the line.
Play.
Something Viktor's done so well today is the way he's carried himself in regards to he hasn't got frustrated, he's not got worked up, he's not got tense. I remember watching him at Kumamoto when he was playing, especially in Seong, he was getting so frustrated at himself because he wasn't quite playing at the right level or the level he expected.
Yeah. Nice. Oh, another one lands in. There's a definite drift, isn't there,
Service
today?
over. 14, 90. Okay, open the court. Here. Thank you. Victor.
Oh, that's gone wide. Well, he's challenging, is Antonsen, but I don't think he will win that challenge. I saw that as wide.
I think the body language afterhand is challenging it in hope rather than belief.
Here we go. Yeah, clearly wide. So it is match point opportunities
One challenge remaining.
for
Service
the
over.
defending champion, Viktor
20.
Axelsen.
Match point 40. Play.
Converts on his first opportunity. And that's a nice moment between the two Danish men. 21-9, 21-14, the margin of his victory, and history is made. Viktor Axelsen, the first men's singles player ever to reach 4 consecutive finals at the end of year finale. The Super Series All World Tour finals. The final shot, so typical of Axelsen. So the final tomorrow will be a repeat of the group match on Wednesday. There is confirmation of the score 21-9, 21-14 in a match lasting 56 minutes. Well, coming up next is the first of the mixed doubles semi-finals. And it's a repeat of the World Championship final from earlier this year. Gold medalists So Seung-jae and Che Yu-jung against the defending champions and 2-time winners of this event, Zheng Shiwei and Wang Yaxiong.